Hi, I'm Paul Tarantino, and I made this DVD to introduce you to an exciting new product I created for waking salmon and steelhead flies. The product is the Tarantino's Waking Tube. I designed this product to incorporate what I deem to be the best in modern day fly design with the versatility and lightweight structure of a hitched tube. Atlantic salmon fishermen in Europe have long believed in hitched tubes for several reasons. First, for their ability to wake. Second, it's so easy to switch the hitch from one side of the fly to the other, and I'm going to show you that a little bit later. Thirdly, the fly will separate itself from the hook during the fight, which actually results in fewer lost fish. The benefits of the hitched tube have been slow to catch on with steelhead anglers here in the Pacific Northwest, mostly because the design and structure of the tubes didn't accommodate large, bulky, spun deer hair type flies. The Tarantino's tube is the first tube that's going to bridge this international gap. Its design and structure allows you to adapt almost any current steelhead dry fly to a hitched tube fly design. The tubes are available in two distinct styles. The first one is a bottle tube, and it's perfect for your classic Atlantic salmon, hitched tubes, any of your waking caddis flies or steelhead patterns that you might use for steelhead, and the ever effective muddler. My second design is a boat hull design. The boat hull is opening anglers' eyes to the future of modern hitched flies. That shape creates the ultimate wake in either the slowest or fastest currents. The stem between the tube and that boat hull is the ideal spot for tying in foam or spinning deer hair without making the fly bulky or disproportionate. And finally, all of our tubes can be cut at any length, and junction tubing can be added so that you can make the fly any length and any color that's appropriate for your design. So now let's take a look at how I tie the batwing waker. There's three components to using hitching tubes correctly. The first is to hitch the fly on the correct side and run the line through the opening that's naturally presenting itself to you, and then out the back of the tube where you're going to tie the hook on. Second, probably in my mind one of the more important components, is selecting the appropriate hook. You always want to use a short shank hook. I prefer the Talon tube fly or egg fly hook. There's numerous other hooks that are available. A lot of the Europeans like to use double or treble hooks. The main component is to have a wide gap and a short shank. The junction tubing that we use will accommodate either a single, double, or a treble hook. Thirdly, I recommend using a short, stout leader when fishing a waking tube. So it's better for you to have the ability to control the fly and to cast that fly and present it where you want it than to worry about the diameter of your tippet. So I'm fishing anywhere from a 6 to 8 foot leader with a fairly stout tippet. So here's the batwing waker in action. Thanks for taking the time to watch the DVD. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you see the potential of waking tubes. I look forward to all the great patterns that you all can develop on these tubes and hopefully fish them myself. For more information about these tubes, pricing, availability, you can call me directly at 406-599-2987, or you can look us up at our website, flyboysfishing.com. Thanks a lot. So here we go. We're going to tie the batwing waker. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut this tube about in half. And the reason for that is I don't want all this hard plastic tube back here. I'm going to put a piece of hot orange junction tubing on the end of this because I'm going to do an October caddis style pattern. So that hot orange butt section, and that junction tubing is going to accept the hook later on. So I'm going to take this off right now, and I'm going to cut that tube where I want it. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on the hook so you can see roughly the length that I cut it at. So it's pretty short at this point. So now I'm going to take this orange junction tubing and I'm going to cut a section of this off so that I can slide it over the back of the tube. And I'm going to, once you have the junction tubing attached, you can cut this junction tubing where you want it. So now you'll take that boat hull with the junction tubing and slide it back on the hook for tying the fly. Now you're ready to start the thread. Get the thread loaded up on the hook. Take a little bit of crystal flash. Then I put on a wing of mousse. You can lay that in there just a tad bit longer than the crystal flash. What I like to do is sort of separate it and run the thread through there a couple times, cinches it down, grabs a hold of the fibers better. Then you can cut this off and you can leave some of those tag ends so that they fill up the front of the hull. Now we're going to take a piece of orange fly foam. So this is the shape that I cut into it. And I'll be tying this end into the fly, and this narrow point is going to be at the front of the hull. Okay. Now we'll just leave that out there. The next step is to put a collar of mousse in, and we're going to tie those in facing forward, and then they'll be pulled back. And this is right at the junction of the hull where this gets tied in. Then we're going to cut these ends off. Okay. Then I'm going to run my thread back to the base of the wing. I'm going to fold over the foam, and I'm going to do a couple wraps right there to hold it down. Now we're going to finish this off. Add your cement there, and then we're going to cut the bat wing shape in to the wing. Okay, we'll pull that wing up slightly, pull the collar down a little bit. Okay, there you have it. So now I'm going to pull this off the vise without the hook. Take this talon hook and put it in the junction tubing so you get a good idea of what the finished fly looks like. That is the finished fly. This is a Tarantino Batwing Waker, and this is my October Caddis version. Here is a larger version done in blue and black.